Call me a Hot Wheels hater if you want, but I just am talking facts and going to give everybody the truth. I love my Hot Wheels, love my people that collect Hot Wheels. I love selling Hot Wheels, but I'm going to give you all some facts that just, some people that are just diehard Hot Wheels collectors, nothing else, just because of that logo or that brand, something wrong. Something wrong. I'll tell you why coming up. First of all, if it's your first time here, welcome, welcome. Thank you for watching this. Everybody else that's come back, thank you for watching this as well. Either one of you that have yet to subscribe, please subscribe. The subscribe button should be somewhere down below or up above or something, or on the side of the video. You'll be able to find it somewhere on the page, or you'll see it at the end of this video with an actual logo that you can click, and you can actually do it on the TV too as well. Or you can actually subscribe to our channel. That would really, really help us out. Like the video and comment if you can. I know sometimes when people are watching this on TV, streaming devices, stuff like that, like I do, you can't comment. Sometimes I'll go back and comment via phone or something along those lines after the fact, after watching it. Sometimes I'll forget, but I at least like the video if I liked it, and subscribe to channels that I like their content. But anyway, let me get to what I was wanting to actually talk about. This is kind of an extension of a video on an older video that I made where I talked about, how people are sleeping on the other brands other than Hot Wheels, and they're limited themselves on collecting. If they only stick with the actual Hot Wheels brand, or if they stick with just one brand in general, if they have like their favorite castings that they love to collect, stuff like that, because eventually they're going to collect all the castings, and there will be more castings within that actual brand, and they're going to have to either venture out to something else or something. But in this one, I wanted to specifically talk about people that only do the Hot Wheels, because I just don't get it, and why you don't collect other stuff as well when it comes to you only collected Hot Wheels. It's just something I don't get. Hot Wheels used to be an amazing, amazing company as far as quality, as far as how they made their just the regular main lines. They used to have metal body, metal base. Didn't have, really any details on the front and back. Some cars did, but not all of them. Some of them had opening features, which was pretty cool, with opening hoods and sometimes opening doors, stuff like that. But overall, they were decent. They were decent, and throughout time, especially their main lines, throughout time, their stuff has gotten cheesier and cheesier and cheaper as far as made-wise goes. And it seems like their price is going up. And I'm sorry, I just can't, regardless of what brand it is, I can't support a brand that, jeopardizes quality but also raises prices as well, when you can get other brands for the exact same price of what it's going for, with more features, rubber tires, metal base, not a plastic base, opening hood, front and back detail, other amazing detail. Again, for the same exact price and what it's going for. Market value, y'all. Market value. Don't ever go on anything retail, or don't ever let anything in your head when it comes to selling stuff online. Not even just diecast, selling stuff online or buying stuff online, go towards retail. Now, if it's coming from a retail store, that's completely different. But if it's not coming from a retail store and it's just coming from an actual seller, don't ever go to retail prices. Because let's face it, people don't do retail anymore. The number one go-to is online. Used to be the brick and mortars and everything and stuff was the main market. Well, now it's not. That's pretty much become the secondary market. So anything that's sold online is the actual main market. So you have to look at what that market value is, because there's a lot of stuff that you buy retail that when it's sold on the online on the main market, it either goes for more or it goes for less a lot of times. So you can't go off what it is first of it being actual retail. Also, I just want to throw this in there too as well. When you buy stuff from a seller online, let's say Whatnot, eBay, Etsy, Macari, whatever it is, places like that, you got to think of it this way. Again, don't go to your mind to retail. Like, for example, let's say a mainline. Some people may think, well, okay, I pay $1.25 for this mainline. I shouldn't pay over $1.25 or $2 for it, when I purchase it from a seller online. Well, obviously that person doesn't know everything that costs to go into that selling of that actual item. And if us sellers don't do that, then we wouldn't be in business to sell stuff to them anyway. There's the fact of the matter is we're out there fighting through everybody, going to all these stores, wasting all this gas, wasting all this time, buying this stuff, going to multiple places, plus taking the time to put it online for y'all, having to pack it up or whatever, ship it, all the costs for that, the time for actually selling it. There's a lot of stuff in just that one little main line other than just $1.25. And I always like to tell people this. Always think of it as an actual service. You're not just paying for the actual vehicle or whatever you're buying. You're paying for the service as well. Again, you're sitting in the comfort of wherever you're at, and you don't have to worry about all this other stuff. The seller is doing it for you. So you're actually paying for that within the price as well. So for people that are always thinking retail, thinking that they can just go into these places and get retail or garage sale prices or whatever, not going to happen. Not going to happen. The new sellers sometimes actually put stuff up cheaper than what they maybe pay for it, or cheaper than market. Absolutely. But they can't do that all the time, or they wouldn't be selling. They wouldn't be in business. They wouldn't be able to sell to you. So as an actual buyer, don't go into when you buy something and say, why didn't you have the bell and the pigs or whatever, $1.25? Be my guest. Especially if it's a popular one. Be my guest. If you can go somewhere, find it, everything and stuff, even if you can find it at the very first store you go to, calculate your gas, your wear and tear, your time, everything else to get that, guarantee you're paying probably exactly what the actual seller is actually asking for the actual same vehicle or same stuff they're actually putting up for sale for you. I can almost guarantee it. And I can almost guarantee, too, that especially with DIECAST, you're not going to be able to find what you want anymore in stores. Even myself. I have to go online to all auction places and stuff and buy it from there. I have to get it from there. Even if I can find it from there. Just because everybody's sucking up stuff for whatever reasons in the stores. I mean, I have reasons, but I'm not going to get into those. But they're just sucking up all the stuff, and you just can't buy it from there. And you can't go to a Walmart, a Target, or someplace like that and put in the search bar like you can eBay and whatnot and all this other stuff, what you're looking for, like a specific Hot Wheels, and it pop up and you go, okay, look, I'm going to buy that and have that shipped to me. Can't do that. They don't do that. You might be able to do that with M2 and maybe a little bit of like Auto World, Johnny Lightning, because we're in as many castings as Hot Wheels, but you're not going to be able to do that with Hot Wheels. Even if they do it, they send you a random one and you get a fantasy one. So again, buyers, when you're buying from sellers online, regardless of where it's at, if it's not a store, if it's an actual, individual seller, you're also paying for a service and all that stuff, including in the cost of that actual vehicle. Now, with all that being said, I want to show you a few examples of things that, again, I don't understand. I don't get it because there is there is differences, but there's really no difference in price or anything like that. So I just don't get why Hot Wheels brand chasers are just, that's all they are is Hot Wheels. That's it. That's it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. I want to give you an example here. Here's a Hot Wheels Classics from Hot Wheels, a 67 Camaro. It's got red line wheels. It's got an opening hood. Doesn't have any rubber tires. It does have metal base, but it doesn't have any detail in the back. No detail on the front. On average, if this is put up on Whatnot, if you have a decent amount of people in your stream, it's normally bid up in between $10 or $15. Normally. This one right here is normally bid up in between $10 and $15. Okay? Told you what features and stuff it has. All right? Here's a Johnny Lightning from the Camaro collection, which is kind of in between a premium and a main line of the Johnny Lightning. This one here has awesome Krager tires, wheels. Some of these, not this, I don't think this one, but some of these do have rubber tires. It's got amazing details on the front and the back. It does have a hood open as well. It's got amazing, amazing color on it. It's also got a card and stuff with it. It's in an actual card that doesn't get damaged as easy as an actual Hot Wheels does. Like I said, Hot Wheels has gotten cheaper and cheaper throughout the years, and how they make stuff and how they do stuff. But yet, if I put this one up for maybe even $5, $5 or $6 in a stream, nobody'd buy it. Just because of that right there. Just because it's not Hot Wheels. Which, again, doesn't make any sense to me. This right here, hands down, would be a no-brainer. Even get it a little bit cheaper than an actual Hot Wheels. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And here's another one. Here's them two. It's this one right here. It's got actually a little bit more detail than that Johnny Lightning's got, but normally Johnny Lightning's got a whole lot more detail. This has door opens. I think the hood opens on it. It's got rubber wheels. It's got white lettered tires. It's got that base on it, so you got a base to put it in, take it back out of as well. Collector's base. This is a cube, but it's in a package. It's not in an actual box like those are, but still the same exact thing. I'll put this up for $6 to $8, and people think it's too high. They won't buy it, even though this thing's got major detail to it, a whole lot better than a Hot Wheels and everything, just because of, again, that right there. And I'll even show them as limited edition and only so many pieces, blah 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 blah. Nope, don't want it because it ain't a Hot Wheels. Don't want it because it ain't a Hot Wheels. Now I can see a little bit of people not wanting the M2 over Auto World and Johnny Lightning's versus Hot Wheels, because M2s are a little bit wider than the rest of the actual. Most of them are a little bit wider, maybe a little bit longer than Hot Wheels actually is. But most of your Johnny Lightnings and Auto Worlds are owned by the same company. And even Greenlight. Well, Greenlight's a little bit longer sometimes. They're pretty much the same size as an actual Hot Wheel. So there really is no reason why anybody has ever given me and why they are strictly just a Hot Wheels collector over not collecting other stuff. I just don't get it. Just don't get it. I mean, again, I can see people saying, well, I don't want M2 over Hot Wheels because of, the M2 is a little bit different size, or the Greenlight a little bit. But the Johnny Lightning and Auto Worlds, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll put up Auto World that some of the Hot Wheels castings or whatever go for $20 to $30. And I'll put up an Auto World that is way better detailed and everything and stuff, and the same exact size, the dimensions and everything. And I'll put it up for $3 to $5 and can't even sell it. And I'll see this stuff in other streams as well too, just because it does not have the Hot Wheels name on it. I've had people tell me, well, I like Hot Wheels over the other brands because of their castings. I like their casting. Well, the other ones, at least 2/3 of the other brands, has the same exact castings as that as well, with more detail and more options for the same exact price. You can get it pretty much for the same exact price, if not cheaper. Sometimes you can get two of another brand for what you pay for an extra Hot Wheels with better quality. And you can even get the Chases cheaper too, and they got better quality for a whole lot cheaper than you can, the Super Treasure Hunts. Super Treasure Hunts or whatever going anywhere between, you know, what are they now? You probably can't touch a treasure hunt now for less than about $25, and that's for ones that nobody wants, all the way up to multiple hundreds of dollars. When on average, like your M2 Chase will probably run you in between $30 and $50, depending on what it is. There are some that's way more than that. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about on average, just a regular average car or regular casting. A White Lightning is even a little bit less than that. It's, you know, it's rare. A Green Light Chase is even less than that. I don't get it. I don't get it. I always like to give this actual example as well when I do stuff like this. Always do. I give it every single time I have a conversation, anything about this. But I mean, for example, look at the huge square body craze. When a new square body actually comes out. When it comes out, you know, people start listing it for $20, $40, $60, $80, or they'll start trading it for super treasure hunts and all that. Granted, a lot of times it fizzles out after time, and the price goes down, which that does with everything once it's out for a while. But I'm talking about, you know, when things are actually popular castings, but yet one will come out for the M2s, the Auto Worlds, the Johnny Lightnings, you know, the Green Lights, stuff like that. It's bangers. Looks way better than the Hot Wheels one does, because the Hot Wheels one doesn't have no detail. It's got a plastic base, no rubber tires, no opening hood, none of that stuff. I mean, there will be bangers with the other brands, and you try to sell them for 15 or 20 bucks, and you can't even get no takers on it. They don't want to buy it. Again, it makes no sense. And I'm saying all this stuff not to hate on people that just collect Hot Wheels, because I love Hot Wheels too as well. Like I said, I love Hot Wheels. I'm just trying to get people to open their mind, because I'm trying to help them. I see a lot of people that go into streams and they're like, hey, got any trucks, got any trucks, got any trucks, got any trucks. Dang, I can't find any trucks, Well, maybe it's because you just about collected them all in that one brand. You know, you wouldn't be going through all that stuff if you venture out into other brands as well that has a lot better of that casting for the same price, if not less. Then you'd have more to actually collect. So people that only stick with the Hot Wheels brand, they can't tell me anything like it's better quality, or they just they got better castings, or, you know, any of this other stuff. They can't tell me that stuff, because it's not true. It's not true. I just proved it. It's not true. And people can't tell me that they're cheaper because they're getting harder and harder to find, especially popular stuff out in stores. So you got to buy them online. And the market value for a lot of that stuff is, again, about the same price as what the other stuff is. I was talking about this a little bit earlier. It's just like somebody that is fighting because one's an Android user on their cell phone or their devices, and another one's iOS, you know, Apple. And they're both saying that you know, one's better than the other, and why they like it better than the other. Well, neither one of them can give me a reason why that the other one actually does not do. I mean, there may be a few features that are different, and the operating systems may run a little bit different. But as far as what they do, they pretty much do the same thing. Same exact thing. The only thing I don't like about Apple, though, iOS versus Android, is the price tag. I mean, they're both going up in price, but the price tag on the iOS Apple is just, I think, way too much over the actual Android. So yeah, nobody has ever gave me a reason why they prefer one or the other, except for one thing. Just like I said just a second ago, is if they tell me, okay, well, the reason why I have an iPhone over an Android phone, or an Android phone over iPhone, is because I'm more comfortable with the operating system. Then that's completely different. That's completely different. If it's something you're used to, that's fine. That's an answer to me. But you can't give me the excuse of, you know, one's better than the other, or something along those lines. Same with Hot Wheels. Can't do it, because I've just now proved that other brands are actually way better for the same price, if not actually less, going for than actual Hot Wheels. So again, call me Hot Wheels hater if you want to. I'm not a Hot Wheels hater. I'm just giving everybody facts because I want everybody, I love diecast. I love collecting. Okay, not only do I love selling, but I love collecting as well. I love seeing the different things, the cool things that they do with each diecast, with all these different brands and everything else. I love seeing that and love actually collecting. And I want people to get the best experience out of collecting this stuff and everything. And the best experience is, in my opinion, is to just collect the stuff not based on brand. Don't be a brand chaser. Don't be a brand chaser. There's a lot of people out there that is hating on people that are only chasers for a lot of this stuff. I'm not going to say anything about that. But also, don't be an actual brand chaser either, because you're limiting yourself big time. This goes along with business as well. With business, there are a lot of people out there that want to just stick with certain brands, stick with stuff because maybe it's a little bit cheaper in price, stuff like that. Then eventually one business or one brand takes over and swallows up all the rest of them, to where we're forced to just go to that one when all the other ones was just as good, probably even had better service and more of a personal service and everything else. But they're gone now, and we're all whining, wishing that all these other businesses were still around. You hear people all the time, wow, wish this place was still around. Wow, wish this place was still around. I loved it. Well, the reason why I made an actual podcast on this, on something else, is because us as Americans has always wanted to go the cheaper route and whatever's quickest. We want the stuff now, instead of thinking of the long run, the overall, and how it's gonna affect everything. It's gonna be the same way with this. It's gonna be the same way with this. If people continue to only do one brand, and I say Hot Wheels again, this can go for anybody. If they're just do Johnny Lightning, just do this. I'm just saying, if they only stick with Hot Wheels is going to suck up all the other brands. They're only going to continue to get cheaper and cheaper in their quality, because they know that they can now, because they're not competing with anybody. Everybody's going to be unhappy because everything's cheap, made cheaply. And there's a lot of big names out there right now. They used to love Hot Wheels and stuff out there that does YouTube and does the conventions and all this other stuff. They're slamming Hot Wheels. They are. They're like, they've just gotten so cheap nowadays. But there's nothing we'll be able to do about it, because all the other ones will have already been swallowed up. Just like that business reference that I gave you. Won't be able to do anything else. Then what's a collector going to do? And I hate to say this, I mean, there's good addictions and there's bad addictions. I know some people are saying addictions are always bad, but hear me out. Good addiction is like a hobby, where you just have to have this stuff for a hobby. It's not anything that affects your life, affects your finances, stuff like that. That's the bad one. But let's face it, most of us are in the good addiction category of it. We just love collecting. If we can't collect or find, and there's only one brand out there to be able to do this stuff with, yeah, it's going to be pretty miserable for us collectors out there. It's going to be pretty miserable. So I would suggest everybody, to venture out. When you get on Whatnot, when you get on eBay, when you get on these places and stuff, if you see a casting come up, you should actually look at it as though what you would pay for it if it was a regular Hot Wheel, or if it was a premium Hot Wheel. If you're only into Hot Wheels, because when Johnny Lightnings come up or M2s come up or something along those lines, a lot of times they have about 2/3 of the features when it comes to opening hood, metal base, rubber tires, detail on the front, detail on the back. They at least have 2/3 of that stuff. And that's pretty much what Hot Wheels Premium has. So or maybe even above a premium as well. Maybe, you know, like your classics or your garages, your Phil's garage, Wayne's garage, Larry's garage, stuff like that. That's the way people need to look at it, to tell you the truth. Like, for example, with the Camaros I showed you, I mean, yes, this is a Hot Wheel, but I look at what I need to pay for this. And then when this comes up, I'm like, okay, well, that's about market value for this. Then when this comes up, I look at it, well, that's about market value for this. Not market values based on this. Hopefully y'all like that. And hopefully all that opened a lot of y'all's minds up that maybe are just Hot Wheels collectors. But anyway, there should be some stuff popping up around me where you can actually click our logo to subscribe. We'd really appreciate it if you do that, plus other videos. Watch all of them. I'd really appreciate it. Give us more watch time on other videos. Join us on Whatnot. All our links are down in the description of the video. Bookmark our actual shows. And we hope you have an amazing, blessed day until we see you again.